I wanted to hop on and show you how I remove and apply my wraps. I'm ready to do a new manicure tonight, so I had a request to show removal. So what I have here is a fresh hand that is ready for a mani. And then I have this hand, which I removed 3 of my wraps and I left 2 so I can show you how to remove them. But I also already applied our cuticle remover gel to these 3 because I want to show you how that works too. Okay, so I'm gonna do that first since these are kind of wet with gel right now. If you didn't know, we have a cuticle remover gel. Nail prep is so important. I feel like I didn't realize that right away. But once I started removing my cuticles with our cuticle remover, my manicures last even longer, and I just get a really smooth application. So what I did about 5 minutes ago was I took this pump gel here. I have a new one. This one's deciding to quit, but I rubbed it on my cuticle and I let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then I'm taking my new handy dandy spoon cuticle pusher, which has 2 sizes. Now, sometimes I would just use my orange stick, and that works just fine too, but since I have this, I'm gonna use it. So I have a gel at the tips here, and what I'm gonna do, not at the tips, at the cuticle, and what I'm gonna do is push down. I'm sorry if it's kind of gross and awkward because it's my left hand doing the work. But I mean, it's getting junk off that you don't even realize is there, because sometimes we have something called invisible cuticle, and I'm just gonna show you how much is coming off. So it just gets all that extra cuticle off and you don't even realize how much you have on there. So I'm gonna do 3 fingers and show you that. And this one even has some up on the edge, so if you need more gel, you can always put some more on. You could also soak your fingers first and get the skin real soft if you have a lot of cuticle. But the gel is amazing, and I like to at least use it twice a month between all my Jamacures if I can. So then I would just take probably some nail prep cleanser here, or I would just go wash my hands. So I'm going to take some nail prep cleanser and I'm just going to wipe it off for now, and I'll do these nails later. Okay, so that is a ready for a Jamacure nail right there. So then I also have these 2 that still have my old jams on them. So I want to show you how to remove them. And obviously, usually I do all my removal first, then I do all my cuticle removing, and then I wash my hands and I get them prepped with nail prep cleanser, which we have a bottle of, a nail prep wipe you could use, or rubbing alcohol. But I do love ours because it's not drying, so it's really awesome. All right, so removal. I absolutely love our lacquer and nail wrap remover because I struggled in removing my wraps when I first started using Jamberry, because I wanted to be like all natural and use the coconut oil. It didn't work for me. It does work for some people. It depends on our body chemistry. But I need something stronger to break the adhesive. You can also use nail polish remover, you know, in general that you get anywhere. But this one is non-acetone and it's moisturizing, and there's a science behind it. I can find the information if anybody wants to know. But it really cuts the adhesive so that you're not taking off any layers of your nail with the wrap, and that's super important, and that's why I love this. And this bottle lasts me at least 6 months, so it's really worth getting. And you can host a party if you want to get stuff for free or half off, so that's awesome, an awesome thing to get that way. Okay, so we have, what was I going to do? Okay, removing. So I learned that a very gentle removal is so important, and you want to use something. You could use the purple pusher to help remove. The company will say to dip your hands in the remover. I don't want to waste mine like that. So I like to use the pump top. And what I'll do, let's make sure it doesn't spray me in the face. Is it open? Okay, so I just had to open it, and I have a little pool of remover in this little lid here. I'm going to use this makeup brush that I bought at Target. It was $1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the seal on the edge. You always want to remove side to side. And I broke the seal on the edge, and then I'm going to take my remover. This is such a clean way to do it too. You end up you just don't end up with remover all over the place, which is nice. And you see how fast that's coming off? And it's so gentle, so it just fell right off. It's so gentle because the brush is just so gentle. So here we go. And I can get all of my wraps off in 3 minutes, as opposed to the coconut oil, which took me like 20 minutes. So this is a no-brainer for me. It's my liquid gold. So I broke the seal again. And my jams never fall off. I have, we all have different body chemistry. Some people have more natural oils than others. Mine, I don't have a lot of natural oils, I don't think. So mine stay on until I want them to come off every time. So I definitely need a good remover. And there you go. Came right off. So then I'll take a cotton ball, give another pump, and I'll go over top and just get any residue. If you're doing metallics or glow in the dark, you'll often have some residue from the nail wrap on there. So that hand is removed and ready to go for application. And I would wash my hands. I would use, like I said before, a nail prep cleanser or my nail prep cleanser bottle to do my nail prep ahead of time. Okay, so moving on to application. This hand's ready to go. I am going to actually wipe one more time since I was messing with remover, so that I removed my wraps. I used the cuticle gel on here, used the cuticle pusher, removed my cuticles, and now I'm wiping with a nail prep wipe, or you can use rubbing alcohol or a nail prep cleanser. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, and while I do that, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna apply. I have my February style box I haven't used yet because I've been waiting to use it. I cannot wait to wear this one. If you don't know what style box is, you get 2 exclusive wraps for $25 every month, free shipping. You can add on extra stuff. Yes, and notice I just took off pink, and here's some more pink because that's how I roll. And this one had that Asian flair. These are the cherry blossoms. They're so pretty. So what I'm going to do, and these are metallics, I am going to show you how I apply them, called the 1, 2, 3 method. Again, Jamberry will have you heat the back of the wrap first. It works. I totally did it that way for 2 years. But once I started doing it this way, my application is even faster. So I'm going to be using the heater, which is sitting here. Hopefully not falling off my table. And this box, they come with a little, it did fall, hang on. Oh, gotta move my table closer to my plug. There we go. It's a new cord, so it's not very stretchy. All right, and you get in your style box a new file and a new orange stick. All right, so application. You want to make sure you're picking the right size for your nail wraps. I've been wearing these for 2 years, so I know exactly which ones I need. But if you are a first-time person, you might want, well, you have to start at the beginning. You have to decide which nail fits what. So I know this one fits my pinky. The tips for sizing is you don't want it to touch your skin at all, and you even want a tiny, tiny bit of your nail to show on the sides. Because if it's touching your skin, your natural oils will get under it and lift it off. So I know that one's my pinky. I jump up to this one for my pointer finger. And then I have this one for my ring finger, and so on and so forth. So a little bit of practice finding the right size. The beauty of it though is you can cut them to any size you want if there's not a perfect fit. And I have a Scotch tape trick for you if you need to make a template. So easy peasy, just message me. All right, so I would mix and match these. I'm just gonna get started with the cherry blossom and just show you a couple of my nails as I apply them. So first I take my orange stick, and I don't want to touch the back of my wrap. So I'm going to take my scissors, and everything that I'm using comes in our application kit. So I'm going to cut that. And it's only awkward because I'm showing you. Of course, it's not this awkward usually because I have everything on the table. And I have half a wrap here. Now, I will touch the very tip with my finger because it's going to hang off of my nail. So the thing about this is it's a cold application. Cold as in you do not heat it first. So I'm going to center it on my pinky as best as I can without touching my skin. And it's a little crooked, and that's what I like about this method is you can kind of move it around. And all I did was tap it down at the bottom. So now I'm going to heat, and it's a 1, 2, 3 heat method here. So I'm going to go 1, and I'm just heating the very center. Our heater's amazing if you don't have it. It makes everything super easy, and it's quiet. You can watch TV. It's $19 usually, but in our basic bundle, you can get it for $1. So the first thing I did was, I was just talking and I kept going, but I did heat in the middle, push up the middle. Then I'm going to heat the side, which I sort of did already. I do the middle is 1, the side is 2. So then that's 2, and we do this thing where we pull and stretch. So you're sealing the side with your finger, and then you're pulling and stretching toward the center. And then I'm going to do that to the other side. So I'm heating, and I'm sealing the side and pulling up into the center. The side seals are super important to get your 2 weeks. Then I give it an extra blast of heat. And I forgot to get my cuticle pusher out. I love the purple cuticle pushers. And I'm going to take that extra blast of heat. These are pretty. They have like a gold stem on the cherry blossom. And I'm sealing the edges super well. And I'm sealing the center everywhere. That's obviously way too long. So I like to turn my hand backwards and face me so I can see what I'm doing. And I trim super close to my nail, but it does still stick up off of the edge. You're going to have some stuff left over, so just plop that on your napkin, okay? And then you're going to use the baggy trick. I usually do this whole hand up to that stage, but this baggy trick is awesome. You just take your sandwich baggie from your drawer, your kitchen drawer, and I have my heater on, and I'm creating like a little suction on there, and I'm going to place it in front of my heater in the baggie for no more than 10 seconds because it gets really hot. And what it does is it kind of gives you a nice seal at the tip. and it's looking funky, but we're gonna file that off after it cools. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next hand. I'll switch to my other pattern. Can't wait to see these when they're all done. So I'm on my ring finger. So I'm gonna go to my ring finger size, cutting it in half. If you're really frugal, you can get more than 2 nails out of one wrap, but I am too lazy to do that. So I'm gonna place this at the center, and if it's a little off, you can move it around. Okay, so it's just placed at the center. I'm gonna just do this without really telling you what I'm doing, because I wanna show you really how fast it is. So I'm doing step 1, step 2, step 3, third side, second side, third step, up the center, up the side, pull to the center. I'm going to heat one more time, the whole thing. And when I'm heating, I'm just this far away from my heater. I'm going to smooth it. I'm going to use that purple pusher. Okay, I'm going to cut. Going to do the baggy trick. 10 seconds, and I am done up to that step. Now I'm going to go back and show you how to file. So remember the pinky, once it's cooled, so I usually do one whole hand up to the baggy trick, and then I go apply the other hand, then I come back and file. But this one's cool enough, so I'm going to always file down. See, you don't have to be super delicate, because what you want is that extra wrap to come off, and that's what's happening there. You want to file always just down, never up. You don't want it to lift, and you want to make sure you're filing at a slight 45-degree angle so that actually part of your nail will show, so that it doesn't get caught in your hair, on your shirt, things like that. If you realize even the next day that it's not smooth enough, you can file again. No big deal. You can do the baggy trick again. You can always add more heat and press if you need to, but that's how easy it is. So 1, 2, 3 method, super, super easy. Message me if you need any help with your application. Thanks, guys.